Okay, now the question I'm posing to you is, why should we be concerned about climate? Just a quick, why should we be concerned about climate? I didn't say climate change, I said about climate. Let me get some reactions from you, quick reactions.
Agriculture in Africa is basically rain-fed.
Yeah. So it's related to climate. It shapes our agriculture. Any other reason? Yes, sir.
There is no human activity. Any human activity. Like climate determines really most of the activity for agriculture, water, so we should be concerned. Even for day-to-day activity.
Yeah. It's a basis for many things. Okay. Another reason?
It's also linked to sustainability of resources, natural resources.
Another reason, as a basis for many resources, climate is a basis, so we should know about it. Any other reason? How about climate change, man-made climate change? It's a concern these days, isn't it? Everybody talks about climate change. So the other reason is the concern for man-made climate change or anthropogenic climate change. And there's one other third reason. Who can tell me?
Because it's mainly us. We are changing the climate at the moment. We are not concerned about.
Any response? What do you know? What do you know about the causes of climate change? I would be happy even to get figures.
What
The concept.
rather than the cause, what climate change? Why do we say climate change? Because the climate is going on. What is really climate change?
Yeah,
How to define?
I'll pose it to the audience, side and the like. They are being emitted in big quantity at the moment from different sources, and that emission enhances what we call the greenhouse effect. The natural greenhouse effect is being enhanced by the accumulation of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. And then you can see the right-hand panel how through time, over the last 2,000 years, after being very constant for a long time, how after the industrial revolution, how they are picking up, accumulating in the atmosphere. This is from observation. So the causes for climate change are the accumulation of greenhouse gases, which enhances the natural greenhouse effect. Next. Jessica. Okay. Season.
Yeah, for example, you have a
Season.
prolonged drought.
Good. Any other?
Floods.
Just to add to that, even when the rains are expected.
Well, my colleagues just told us what they have observed maybe in their local areas. But this is the report from IPCC. Globally, what has been observed? A global warming, average temperature of the Earth is rising, has risen by about 0.8 degrees centigrade for the last 100 years. Sea level also is rising. This is from scientific observation. And global ice coverage also is decreasing. And what about the future? This is what has been observed so far. How about the future? The most worry is the future. We are expecting dangerous climate change if we are not acting. So in the future, if we are not taking, according to the worst scenario, we are here at the moment. So far, this increase has been observed. For the future, in up to 2100, it could rise up to 6 degrees centigrade of the global temperature of the Earth. That's a very big increase in a very short time. And that's what we call dangerous climate change, which is disastrous for every sector. Next. So, apparently, there will be impacts. So what could be potential impacts, especially because we are linking it to agriculture? What could the potential impacts to agriculture be? Any suggestion or anything you know about the impacts? Uh-huh. Yeah.
If sea levels are rising, the coastal areas may be lost to agriculture.
That's true. Any other? Uh-huh.
The current droughts were in long years. Now they are, repeatedly appearing. So recurrent drought in many areas. And
Impacts, speed, health, agriculture, forest, water resource, coastal areas like indicated, and also on the species, biodiversity, and ecosystems also will have impacts. So especially on agriculture, crop yields will be, especially in the tropics in Africa, is going to have adverse impacts, contrary to what will be happening to higher latitudes. Next. These are different impacts. I will not talk much about this, but on the different impacts from the IPCC, there are a number of impacts shown in every sector. Next. So next. Next. Okay. Again, next. The Earth's temperature should not go beyond 2 degrees centigrade. This is. If it goes beyond that, it's going to be dangerous for every sector. So, the red color shows you the danger of climate change. So, the more the warming, the more all impacts of all sectors of socio-economic activities impacted by climate change. So we should try to avoid dangerous climate change. We can't tolerate some, but if you go to the extreme, that's bad for everybody. Next. Next. So what has been the response so far to climate change? Just tell me, I'll post this one to you. I'm approaching my last slide. What has been the response so far to climate change? Uh-huh.
Different international policies have been developed.
Like
the Kyoto Protocol.
Like the Kyoto Protocol. Any other? The Accord, the Copenhagen Accord, and also the United Nations impacts of climate change. So next. So, in terms of implementation, it has been very, very disappointing. So far, the progress in implementing combating climate change is very, very fragile, unfortunately. So what we are thinking from our side is that we should be aware about the issue. There should be knowledge shared for everybody so that everybody becomes active, so that everybody becomes proactive whenever governments pose